to Gary and Lisa.
Didn't actually see what colour the cap was, but anyway, that one coming in at the back. We're just about set.
White flag is raised, away they go in the €100,000 Goffs Defender bumper over 2 miles as they begin. Over on the far side, it's Cobalt St. George who shows in the lead from Sir Manzarek. Handy in the quartered cap is Jean-Jacques with Nitty Gritty as they sort themselves out. Then Salerno Bay, followed by Zanush and Kukeo. Active Innocence, Pavilion End is next with Mostown Mill and Harry's Dream. White cap on the inside of Yeshill, and then King Roscoe Grey. Heather View and State of Enlightenment, followed by Savon du Mesnil. And then Lawn Chaz as they go uphill. Towards the inside is Au Bon Pardon, who's being followed on rising ground by Streamstown Bay. Further back in the field to Dino Rock and then Garahan. And on the outside is Hife, being followed up to the bend by Look It Up. Red cap of Run Cork out the back with WB Easy as it's Cobalt St. George, leading by length to Jean-Jacques and then Salerno Bay. Nitty Gritty Hand in the outside of Active Innocence, followed over the mountain by Sir Manzarek and then Kukeo. And King Roscoe Grey, the quartered colours on the outside of Zanush as they go downhill in these still enough early stages. And it's Cobalt St. George, Dark Jacket on the inside, first down to the bend from Jean-Jacques, Salerno Bay, Active Innocence, and Manzarek and Nitty Gritty and Kukeo next with Zanush. And on the inside is Yeshill as Cobalt St. George is joined by Jean-Jacques. Length in front of Salerno Bay, Nitty Gritty, Sir Manzarek and Active Innocence, and then Kukeo. Zanush on the outside of Pavilion End, and then Yeshill, King Roscoe Grey next with Savon du Mesnil and Harry's Dream and State of Enlightenment. Further back in the field to Hefe, who's followed by Heather View. Lawn Chaz next with Garahan, and Streamstown Bay on the inside, Au Bon Pardon with Look It Up beside them. Others towards the back are Run Koch and WB Easy. They're tightly grouped. Also towards the rear is Dino Rock as Jean-Jacques nudging on by 3 parts of a length to Cobalt St. George as they pass halfway. Then Nitty Gritty and Sir Manzarek and Salerno Bay and Kukeo racing together. Active Innocence on the inside. Then Zanush, who's followed by Mostown Mill and Pavilion End and King Roscoe Grey. And they're followed by Yeshill and Harry's Dream, Savon du Mesnil next with State of Enlightenment and Heffy on the outside of Heather View, and then Au Bon Pardon, followed towards the end of the back straight by Garahan, and then Runcock, Lawn Chaz next, and then comes Streamstown Bay and WB Easy. Starting to struggle is Dino Rock as they head for the side of the track with just over half a mile to go. Jean-Jacques and Charlie Mullins by less than a length. From Cobalt St. George, Derek O'Connor improving as Sir Manzarek in between horses as the mount of Harry Swan. Then Nitty Gritty and Zanush is next with Salerno Bay and Active Innocence and King Roscoe Grey on the outside. Heading for the home turn, and it is Jean-Jacques leading Natalie from Cobalt St. George. Sir Manzarek, Active Innocence on their heels with Salerno Bay. These are followed by Nitty Gritty, King Roscoe Grey as they run the home turn. Sir Manzarek joined by Active Innocence, going on by 2 legs to Yeshill, who's come out of the ones and behind to give chase. Then King Roscoe Grey picking up his Au Bon Pardon. Then Zanush and Nitty Gritty as they return to their point of departure. 2 furlongs to go in the Goffs Defender bumper. And it's Sir Manzarek, one out from the inside. On the rail is Active Innocence. These 2 kick clear of Yeshill and King Roscoe Grey and Au Bon Pardon next. Then Harry's Dream, followed then by Lawn Chaz. Not much between Active Innocence and Sir Manzarek in a good battle. Less than 200 yards to go. Sir Manzarek is digging down deep under Harry Swan. Moving on. Yeshill is coming home powerfully on the outside of Active Innocence. Sir Manzarek wins it from Yeshill. Active Innocence. King Roscoe Grey well clear of WB Easy. No Bon Pardon next head of Lawn Chaz.
Victory goes to one of the few horses in the lineup we knew a little bit about, Sir Manzarek, and this horse is now 2 from 2. Harry Swan riding for Gordon Elliott in the Robcour colours. He was promoted to first place after Colcannon, who beat him on debut here, was disqualified after his rider that day. Finn Tenketmeyer weighed in a little bit too light, and he's come home really well here, Lisa. First of all, got the better of the strong travelling Active Innocence, and then had enough in reserve to see off the late challenge of Yeshil. And then the outside, we had Patrick Mullins' mount, King Rasco Grey.
Yeah, he's improved no end, to be honest, Gary. He was, as you said, a fortunate winner when the winner, Culcannon, was disqualified, but he was back 9 lengths second at that stage. Today he's just been up with the pace the whole way, just sitting in behind the leaders at this stage. The running was cut out, obviously, by Derek O'Connor up at the front end the whole way. Charlie Mullins joined him down the back straight as well, and they went a solid gallop, Gary. Sir Manzarac was never too far away from the pace. This is a fantastic victory for Rob Corr, who's had a fantastic season as well. Harry Swan, I was talking to him this morning, and he probably had a weekend that he didn't want to remember too fondly. He had 3 falls and points over the weekend, so he certainly made up for that today, and he'll get a good kick out of this. He's a big part of the team at Gordon Elliott's, and he's down in Cullinter House Stables riding out regularly throughout the week and riding all of those decent bumper horses at the moment, and I'm sure he'll certainly enjoy today. But he was always in a nice position, Gary. As we joined them, things were starting to heat up at this point.
Very much so. The pace setter just dropping back through the field now. That was John Zack, another Willie Mullins, and the reserve Runcock, the red cap, has come way around the outside, looping the field from the back, and wasn't the greatest of surprises when he hit a bit of a wall off the home turn there. There are a few in behind who I think have run with credit. I thought Colin Murphy's mare there's Anoush ran well for a long way. Bit of promise from Arthur Moore's representative Low and Shaz as well. And Active Innocence travelled really powerfully for Barry O'Neill, but just couldn't quite sustain it the same way as the winner. The winner's got a real good attitude, Lisa.
Yeah, he dug deep, he stuck to his task really gamely and found plenty for pressure. It almost looked like the Garrett O'Loughlin horse was travelling much better turning into the home straight, and halfway up the home straight he looked like he was the one who had to be